Hello, this is a video which is going to just overview some of the resources that you have available to complete your diagnostic essay. And as I mentioned, it's very important that you complete the diagnostic essay because it does show me your skill sets and also your strengths and your weaknesses. And it also gives you an opportunity to see how I grade and how I use the language arts department rubric to grade you. Now, as I mentioned, what I don't want you to do is to scroll down underneath week 2 and to come down here and just click on the diagnostic essay and see the actual topic. Okay, now I do want to overview the topic. Now, as far as the topic, what I would like for you to do is I want you to write about your past writing experiences, as I mentioned here under the topic. This is a type of writing that's called meta writing, where you write about your writing. And I want you to discuss your writing experiences. When I say your writing experiences, it doesn't necessarily have to be restricted to academic writing. It can be also personal writing as well as professional writing. So you can choose positive writing experiences or negative writing experiences. It's really up to you, and it can be a mixture. Maybe you had 2 positive, 1 negative, 2 negative, 1 positive, or you may have all positive or negative. It's kind of up to you. You can mix it up though. If you just want to discuss past academic experiences, you can discuss writing that you did in elementary school. You can do writing that you did in junior high, high school, maybe even other college classes. Just make sure you're very detailed in discussing maybe what the class was. You don't even have to mention the teacher unless the teacher really had a positive or a really negative effect upon your viewpoint of writing. But be specific to the class, maybe the actual assignment. If there was a literary work associated with it, you might want to give the title of that. What was the assignment as a whole? What was the requirement of it? How did you do on the assignment? Okay, was it something that was very easy for you to write, or was it difficult for you to write? Did the instructor give you enough direction, or did you feel kind of left aimless? You didn't really know what to do, so you had to wing it. Okay, and that might have had a really negative experience upon you. So again, give as much details to really make me understand why this maybe class or this particular writing assignment had such a positive or negative effect upon your life. As I mentioned, you can talk about personal writings. This can include anything from maybe you keep a journal and you write kind of a journal or diary daily or weekly. Maybe you write letters to someone. You may have a pen pal. It can be electronic writing. You sent me an email last week, but also you send emails likely every day. Also, it could be social media posts. You could be very creative and you write poetry or you write music lyrics. Maybe you have a blog and you write about cooking or restaurants you enjoy. You might even give reviews to those restaurants or just write about, bands that you enjoy. So tell me about yourself. How do you have personal writings and how has that inspired you to enjoy or dislike writing? I even have students who, sometimes publish works and they like to talk about it. Also, you may work. Many of you fund your own college with your jobs. So do you write professionally? Do you write on the job? Is it just email that you send? Do you have to write reports of any sort? So again, you have a wide variety of writing history that you can kind of discuss. Don't feel restricted to just academic writings. I really want to know you as a writer and how you use writing in your past and how it's affected your writing maybe attitude in the future, in the present at this point. Okay, so let me know about that. Now, before you actually write the essay, again, I want you to be familiar with some of the different resources that we have here. So before jumping into it, I want you to go back to our modules page, which remember you can click home or modules, and you're going to scroll down beneath week 2. I'm getting ahead of myself. And under week 2, you of course have the checklist I've already mentioned. Hopefully you pulled up that checklist after you watched the video underneath our weekly announcement. And you have several sections. Now you have a whole section on collegiate writing. These are kind of just expectations we have for you as a college writer. Make sure if it's been a while since you've written an academic essay, you view all of this. The most important thing, probably the one thing I definitely want you to view underneath this module 1 is the audio lesson PowerPoint. Now I want to show you something. Now if you'll click on the PowerPoint and you put it in slideshow, okay, if you click on the little speaker icon and click play, Now, it's going to be weird because I'm talking on a video while I'm talking on a video, but if you click play, listen. Okay, now notice the volume's really low. You're gonna have to turn your speaker up or put your headphones on, but I am essentially giving a whole lecture, the same lecture I give my students in my in-class lecture-based classes of English Composition 1, and you'll just click through and listen to each one. So please, please look at this. I'm begging you, okay? This just gives you more in respect to just basic content, so that's one thing I want you to do. And again, that's the first audio lesson. Now, there's other handouts. This handout I did make for you so you can just ensure that you follow the codes of collegiate writing. But there's also other things that I found online and also made. The plague of procrastination is just funny. It's a YouTube video where, of course, a student waits until the very last minute to submit an essay, and you see that it doesn't work out very well for him. So please do not be the student where you're working on your diagnostic essay like, Sunday 10 p.m. and it's due at 11:59. I don't want you to be in this scenario, but it's just a funny. I thought you would enjoy it. Also, before you write your diagnostic essay, I do want you to look underneath Module 2, Structure of an Essay. And I really, really encourage you, if it's been forever since you've written an essay, look at all these modules. I mean, if you can, they're very, very good. Some of these are handouts I've made. Some are videos. They're very, very helpful. I mean, I don't put all this stuff on Canvas for fun. I do it for you. So one of the major things you need to look at under here is similar to the other slideshow that I just mentioned with the collegiate writing. This is also highly important. Okay, so please watch it for all your essays. It's the audio lesson PowerPoint structure of an essay. When you click on that, again, you're going to have this slideshow pop. And again, the first slide, it does not have a speaker, but if you click, some of these have links to videos outside, and you'll just click on the speaker and you'll just continue on, and it talks about the different structures of the essay. It goes all the way through what my expectations are. And if it's been a while since you've written an essay, it does explain every single part of the essay. So please, please try your best to watch and view each section of this. And let me close that out. Now, you're going to notice there's other worksheets and handouts for you, and the worksheets are more for you just to do them on your own and to understand about each section of the essay. If you have trouble with writing introductions, this letter C, it's a whole little worksheet packet. It shows you how to develop a good introductory paragraph, like from a good lead-in device. And if you don't know what a lead-in device is, you need to look at letter D, because you don't want to jump straight into your actual essay topic. You need a good attention getter. Just like in speech class, you need a hook to hook your audience's attention. You need to do that also with your essay. There's several different introductory kind of devices that it mentions. Like, I know most of you know to ask a question or to maybe give a definition or a quote, but it gives you several other devices, and it gives examples of those also. If it's been a while since you've written an essay or a thesis statements are a little different now. You're not really wanting to do as much the 3-point thesis statement. It's moving more towards a generalized thesis statement. If you don't know what a generalized thesis statement is, you need to look at letter E, which is the overview of the thesis statement, and also letter F, which is the basic rules of the thesis statement. One of the greatest PowerPoints I've seen on thesis statements, I didn't make it, but it's from the Northwest Florida State College. It explains the difference between implicit and explicit thesis statements. If you don't know what those are, you may want to check this out. I really want your thesis statements to start shifting more toward an implicit thesis statement. It's a more formal one. And if you don't understand what an implicit thesis statement is, you need to check out this PowerPoint. I didn't make it. It doesn't have a voiceover or anything, but it's kind of to me self-explanatory when you look at it. As far as for your body paragraphs, I have several handouts and resources that explain, again, about how to develop a good paragraph with, body paragraphs with details and examples. And I mentioned that in detail again on that audio PowerPoint, the importance of those details and examples. And I give you examples of paragraphs in a body that don't have examples versus those that do. And as always, the conclusion paragraph, the most neglected paragraph usually of your essays. Don't just slop something out because you're thinking, yay, I'm done. Woohoo, I can get it finished in like 5 seconds. You need to really think about the conclusion paragraph is the last thing that I read. It's the last thing I read before I grade. So ensure that you take as much time in developing your conclusion as you do the rest of your essay. And this shows you how to do that. And there's some cool videos that you can view. I didn't make these, but they're very beneficial to understanding college writing. And if you're someone who can't just sit down and start drafting an essay, whether you handwrite it for a first draft and then type it up, or you sit at the computer and type it up, these are some good websites that help you kind of organize. Some of them actually are little worksheets where you can print them out and you can write on them, and it helps you kind of organize your thoughts. And some of these things are just going to be beneficial to you for the whole semester. These are just helpful websites on writing essays that kind of explain the different types of essays, like informative, argumentative, which you'll notice I do have handouts on those here, like the difference between informative and argumentative underneath Module 2. But underneath Module 4, there's a whole section on just writing as a whole, essay writing at a college level, what the expectations are. And if you decide to quote anything in your diagnostic essay, remember to check out that MLA section, okay? The PowerPoint from Al Purdue is very good. It's very basic and very quick. You may want to check that out in submitting it. And I do want to ensure that you understand how to format your essay. If you click basic MLA essay format, this gives you sort of just basic information of how you're going to structure your essay in MLA format. Just make sure to view that, and you may even want to copy and paste the information into your document so you know you have the correct heading with your name, my name, course code, date, the essay title, and there's a header with your last name and page number. Shows you how to do that. And then with the diagnostic essay, when you're ready to submit it, you'll click here. Now I'm in the teacher mode, so it's not going to be where I can submit, but in the submit mode right here, you're going to click submit, and you're going to be prompted to either give an attachment. Essentially, you're going to upload a file, kind of like you do with an attachment on an email. You're going to upload the file. It might be through Microsoft Word that you do that, or you're going to be uploading it from Google Docs. And you need to check out all of those different navigational kind of, tools that explain how to use Canvas and submit a document through Canvas. And that's underneath week 1. I'm going to keep those up always. So submitting an assignment, look for those directions, because it's really easy to do, but you don't want to, mistakenly, not submit the assignment. And you'll know after you click submitted that it's going to be there. Okay. All right. Well, if you have any questions relating to the diagnostic essay, please email me and I will be more than happy to help you with this particular assignment. And again, be very honest and candid about your writing experiences. If you had terrible ones and you hate writing, I really want to know about it, because I need to know you're going to be a hard audience to sell on this class and the assignments and writing and bring an enjoyment to it. But please, let me see what your best writing is so I can offer you the best feedback and constructive criticism. I really want to be constructive to giving feedback and not destructive. All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck with y'all's diagnostic essays. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the week.